Hello, you guys. This is Kelly, and I am so glad that you decided to press play today on this episode. Today, if you're listening to this on the day it comes out, is February 1st. Can you believe that January has already gone by? I'm telling you, the time just flies by, and when you're filling it with love and beauty and light and compassion, it's just all good. It just makes my heart happy to see the days go by and to know that good is being put out into the world by all of you who are listening each and every week. So today I have a fun little episode for you, and I am going to be sharing my theme for February. And this is my personal theme. So if you guys have been listening in January, you know that my personal theme in January was connection. And I really put it out there, and you guys so stepped up and connected with me. I got so many emails. I got people connecting with me on Instagram. I was able to talk to many of you on discovery calls. It was just a fantastic month of connection. And when I am hearing from you, it just really feeds my soul. It fuels my motivation to keep the ideas flowing, to get in front of the mic week after week and bring you in her voice. And oh my gosh, it's like fuel for my fire. And I just want to thank all of you who reached out, who connected with me. And even if you thought about it, but you didn't do it, know that that is always open channel for you to reach me through email, kelly@kellycover.com, or connect with me on Instagram, shoot me a direct message, however you want to reach out to me. Know that I am here and am waiting to hear from you always. So this month's theme that I chose for myself is sharing. And that's what this podcast is going to be about. I'm going to share with you some of the things that are going on in my business, some of the things that I'm working on. And this whole month, I'm going to be giving you deeper insight into those things and sharing them with you here on the podcast and also on social media and in my newsletter. So I'm really excited to dive in to this idea of sharing. But first, I just wanted to say that this whole idea of having my own personal theme this month, I'm not even sure where it came from. I know it came from my inner voice, but it just popped up for me in January, and I just latched onto it. And what I realized is that it is such a great vehicle for people who are recovering perfectionists like me, because, sometimes we dive into things so full force. We want to do a 30-day challenge, or we're going to go to the gym every single day this month, or we're going to do all these things. And then the minute that we fall off of that and we don't stick to that 30-day goal, it feels like we're failing. And the beautiful thing about having a theme is that there's no failing, right? All I did is I set this intention last month of connecting with you, of asking you to connect with me. And I just did it over and over and over again. There was no, having to do it a certain number of times. I didn't have to check off a box every day, but it just became my intention for the month in communicating with you, in connecting with you, in reaching out and asking you to do that for me. And it felt so good just to have that center point in what I was doing. And so towards the end of January, I was thinking about how I was going to do it again, because it just felt so right for me. And as I was thinking about it, I was driving when it comes up, and that's when a lot of my ideas come up, you guys. I think I've mentioned this before, that often my inner voice speaks loudly when I'm in the car, and I don't know why that is. And it used to freak me out because I would be worried that I would forget what it told me because I was driving and I didn't have a way to write it down. And now I just don't worry about that. I know that the ideas are there, and then if I forget, they're going to come back. So I was just thinking about this month and thinking about what I wanted the theme to be, and the word sharing came to mind. And I thought, oh, well, that's interesting. It's kind of like connecting, but it's a little bit different. And sharing is a two-way street, right? It's giving and receiving. And I love the full circle of that. And then as I started to think about it more, I thought to myself, there are so many things coming up in my business that I'm ready to share that I haven't shared yet, that are new and exciting to me. And I thought, yeah, it's perfect timing for this. Thank you, Inner Voice. As always, you've done your job and you have really brought so much creativity and joy and flow for me in my life. So, of course, I always have gratitude for that. And so when I finally chose sharing, it wasn't a finally, I mean, it was pretty much immediate as soon as it came. All of a sudden, I started to have all of these ideas flow. And so today, I'm just really going to share with you what's going on for me, what's coming up, what you guys can be looking for, and also how you can share and maybe take this idea of having a monthly theme into your life and use it as a strategy and as a tool for you. The other thing I like about the monthly theme is I like different things. I don't like to just do the same thing over and over again. I don't know if you've realized that about me. I kind of like so many things, I can sometimes get a little overwhelmed. And if I kind of pigeonhole myself into one area, I feel like I start to get stagnant. So instead of having, one word for the entire year, which by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. For me, it's much more exciting to sort of shift it up every month. So that's just another reason why I like it. And if you know that to be true about you too, this might be a good way just to focus your energy for the month and see how it works. So as always, I'm going to continue sharing these amazing women with you that I have on the podcast. If you guys have been listening, you know the interviews have been outstanding. The women that are coming on just blow me away week after week after week. And I hope that you feel like that too. I mean, I just feel like there's always a deeper level of learning and of understanding how to listen to our inner voice, how to step into our role as world changers, as visionaries in this world, and how really to live out a life that's led by our inner voice. So we have joy, so we have love, so we are excited about what we're doing. So we're living out our soul's true purpose, and we're in touch with our worthiness each and every day. So I've got a lot of really great interviews coming up this month that I've already recorded for you. I can't wait. They're so good. And I know that there's going to be more because you know what? The universe always provides when it comes to seeking out amazing women to share with you. And of course, I'm going to continue to share my solo episodes with you, my thoughts, my teachings, the tools that I'm using in my everyday life, the lessons that I'm learning as I navigate life as a recovering perfectionist, life as a human who is imperfect. And I love doing that. And I really hope that you guys are able to take these lessons that I'm learning in real time and apply them to you. And I will keep that going. I promise you that there will always be a steady supply of inspiration and motivation and love for you coming straight from my microphone into your ears. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be sharing with you. And the cool thing about that is it's all free. I mean, and I know that you guys know that, but sometimes it's worth pointing out that to engage with me, to really join with me in this journey of being in touch and connecting with your inner voice and living by that, it doesn't cost anything. And I'm doing this because I know that this is my purpose in the world, to support you in doing this, to share this information with you, and to encourage and motivate you to live your life in this way. And so thank you for supporting me in this, and thank you for engaging with me in this way. Another way that I'm going to continue to share with you is on social media. So if you follow me over at Instagram at Kelly J. Covert, you know that I post usually about 4 or 5 times a week on my feed, and I always have some beautiful nugget that my inner voice has given me, or it's funny, or it's a little bit something about me that maybe you didn't know already, or it's sharing my interviews with you. So sharing how you can connect with the women that are on In Her Voice, all kinds of things. But the other thing that I do on Instagram, which is so fun, which you might not know about, is almost every day I give you insights into my everyday life. I'm sharing with you kind of like what it's like to be me, what it's like to be an entrepreneur, to be a professional musician. Also, I share like tons of stories of my adorable dog, Piper, because, she's just amazingly cute. But that's on Instagram stories, which if you have Instagram, if you go to my profile and just click on my profile pic, the stories will come up, and those are new every single day. They're just like 20-second videos or images of what I'm doing or thoughts I have or sort of like inspiration. Sometimes I just get like hits and I'll share them with you. And so that's another way to interact with me and another way that I can share with you what my real life looks like. Because, let's face it, I have beautiful pictures on my website and I'll share gorgeous pictures with you on my Instagram feed, but I don't always look like that. In fact, most days I don't look like that. Most days I have a messy bun and I'm wearing no bra and I have yoga pants on and I'm just making it through the day. And sometimes we just need to know that we're all in this together. We're all alike. There's nothing different between me and you. And I think being real is the best way that I can share that with you and to let you know that you are perfect exactly the way you are. You don't have to be all, dressed up with no place to go every single day. All you have to do is be owning your worthiness each and every day, no matter what. And that's what I love to encourage you to do. So these are ways that you can be engaging with me, be connecting with me. I'm going to be sharing with you with you in that way on a weekly and a daily basis. Another way that I share with you each and every week is with my newsletter. And so if you are not on my newsletter list, you can sign up at kellycovert.com/newsletter. And it's a once a week email that I send to you, and it has links to what's going on. It has links to all of the week's podcasts in case you happen to miss them and any other things that I might be sharing with you. And usually it's just a from my heart email, whatever happens to be coming up. And these are things that I'm not typically sharing in other places. So you'll get a little bit of a different twist on whatever is coming up for me in the moment. So click on over to that. All of the links that I mentioned today are going to be in your podcast app. So you can go right to your podcast app and click on whatever interests you most. So other things that I'm going to be sharing with you this month are ways to work with me. So not only am I a podcaster, which I love, you guys know I'm an inner voice coach. And what I love doing is coaching women to learn how to connect and live by their inner voice. And I'm super passionate, particularly about coaching women who are visionaries. And I believe that deep down we are all visionaries. Some of us are a little bit further on the journey in that sense. Maybe you're in this place where you have started already a nonprofit or your idea is in motion. I want to work with you. I want to help you keep that momentum going forward. I want to help you continue to connect with your inner voice, to continue to do your critical self-care every single day, and to take inspired action that is going to change your world and change the world, no matter what that looks like. So I'm going to keep reminding you that you can always work with me one-on-one. And here's the thing, that costs money. There's definitely a financial investment into that. And I recognize that not everybody is in a place where they have the money to invest in themselves yet. I'm going to say yet, because I really believe that if that's something that your heart truly desires, you can figure out the way to make that happen. But while you're figuring out the way to make that happen, there are so many other ways to be connected with me and to work with me. I have my course on overcoming perfectionism on my website that you can do. I have my free 5 days of journaling for visionary women that you can check out. That's totally free. I'm going to be doing virtual workshops. I'm going to be doing in-person workshops on all different kinds of things to really continue to support you. And I'm going to be sharing all of these with you in the coming month. One thing that I'm really excited to share with you, and I'm just kind of going to give you a little sneak peek because all of the details aren't set, but at some point this month, I am going to be kicking off my Visionary Women's Mastermind. And I'm still working on the name. I don't even have the name set, but this is going to be a mastermind of no more than 10 women who consider themselves to be visionaries, who are clear on their vision and are ready to take action and to step forward into their soul's true purpose. And this is going to be by application only. I'm going to have an application because I really want you to be sure, and I want to be sure that it's going to be a right fit for you. And so this mastermind is going to look like a virtual meeting twice a month where all of these amazing women sit down and, you get to be on the hot seat. You get to be held accountable for what you're going to be doing. You get coaching from me. It's going to be amazing. And I know in my experience, when I am in a mastermind, those are the times of my life where I get the most done. And I've made it a regular practice of mine. I'm in a weekly mastermind with other entrepreneurs, and it makes such a difference. So stay tuned for that. And if that's something that especially interests you, shoot me an email because I want to make sure you get information on that as soon as it's available. So if you are like, yes, that is something that I'm interested in, shoot me an email at kelly@kellycover.com and just put in the subject header mastermind group and let me know how I can get in touch with you when all of the information is ready on that. I'm really excited. And this is something that I feel like has been brewing in me for literally years. And so get ready because it's going to be amazing. I'm already picturing the 10 women that are going to be in here, and holy moly, talk about world changers. It's going to be good stuff. So lastly, today, I want to share something that is brand new in my business, and I'm really excited to bring it to you. And it's sort of an interesting backstory because when I tell you what it is, you may not immediately understand why I am going to be sharing this with you. But one of my dreams, part of my vision, is to be able to make money doing my podcast. Right now, for this podcast, I spend a lot of money with all different kinds of things, website hosting and recording and editing, and lots of help that I get in creating this podcast. But I'm not making money at it yet. And that is one of my goals. I really want to be able to bring this to you and also use it as a way to provide for my family and to provide for myself. And so I've been thinking a lot about how I can support this podcast through different avenues. And what I've decided is that I'm going to be sharing Beauty Counter with you as a way to support in her voice, and also just because it's something that I really, really love. So if you're wondering what Beauty Counter is a skin and makeup company. They also have lotions and hair care, all different kinds of things. But the really cool thing about Beauty Counter is not only are the products amazing, but they are so safe. In fact, their goal, their mission is to put safer skincare products into the hands of everyone. And I love that about them because, we think a lot about what we put into our bodies. We think a lot about taking care of our bodies. But as women, particularly, we just slather any old thing on our face without even thinking about it. And that's something that I changed in my own life about 2 years ago when I switched to Beauty Counter products. So this is not something new to me. I've been using Beauty Counter for several years now. But me bringing them to you is something new. And I have to be honest, I was kind of tentative about it because I thought to myself, well, are people going to think it's weird, or are they going to not understand why I'm passionate about this. And so I thought, I made up a little list, like how are what I do as an inner voice coach and as a podcaster similar to what Beauty Counter does. And there's so many layers of similarities. I just wanted to share a few with you. First of all, you know that I consider myself to be a visionary and I want to support visionary women. And Beauty Counter was created and is run by visionaries, by a visionary woman who decided enough is enough. There are so many things that beauty companies are putting in products that in most countries are not even allowed, and in the US are not highly regulated. And so the fact that this company is a visionary company and that it is changing the world, literally changing the world by pushing our government to create stricter standards on what companies can use in makeup, in skincare, in hair products, because it matters, you guys. It matters. We matter. Our health matters. And so I love that Beauty Counter is a visionary company created by a visionary woman. I consider part of my brand, part of who I am, is to always be 100% authentic, to be transparent about who I am and what I believe and what I do and the mistakes that I make and how I'm imperfect. And Beauty Counter is also like that. They list all of the ingredients of every single product that they sell on their website. You can find out the 1,500 ingredients that they never use. And there have been times, honestly, I think this is such a cool story where they realized that something was in one of their products that they didn't want to be on it. And so they literally recalled all of those products. They're transparent, they're authentic, they say what they mean. And I love that about Beauty Counter. Also, I believe that we are worthy no matter what. Our beauty comes from the inside out. We don't have to put makeup on to be beautiful. However, if you want to put makeup on, it's okay. If you want to get dressed up, it's okay. And I want something that's going to reflect my inner beauty and that is also going to enhance my inner beauty by being safe for me, by not having some scary chemical that I have no idea what it's doing, that it may even be disrupting my hormones. A lot of stuff in makeup does that, you guys. It's crazy. So I really love that when I want to put makeup on, when I want to get all gussied up, that beauty from within is being enhanced by safer products by Beauty Counter. Also, if I ask you what my favorite word is, would you guys know? It's worthy. Are you surprised? And, this is the thing. When you understand your worthiness, you start to understand why it matters what you put in your body, why it matters what you put on your body. You deserve the highest quality ingredients. You deserve something that is ethically tested, never tested on animals. You deserve something that's never going to have something in it that could be harmful or even questionable. You are worthy of that. And I love that Beauty Counter reflects that. And lastly, one of the similarities is I want you guys all to know that your voice matters. I tell you that. What you think matters. What you say matters. It can change the world. And that's exactly what Beauty Counter is doing. They're using their voice to change our world by working on urging the government to pass laws to better regulate the beauty industry. These are all ways that I just feel like this brand is so aligned with my brand. And I want you guys to know that when you buy any products, any Beauty Counter products from the link that I'm going to share with you, you are supporting In Her Voice. You are helping me earn money within Her Voice. And you're taking care of yourself and you're indulging yourself and you're giving yourself a treat, quite frankly. And let me tell you, these products are like luxury spa products. They're so beautiful and so wonderful. And they just make you feel so good about how you're taking care of yourself. So if you want to learn more about Beauty Counter and you want to explore the products, then there's all kinds, you guys. There's skincare and all different kinds of skincare based on your skin. I mean, let's face it, I am almost 44. And so I'm starting to think about, I want to really take care of my skin. It's getting drier and I want to, do what I can to avoid getting wrinkles. Not that there's anything wrong with wrinkles, but I feel like if I take really good care of my skin, I can keep it looking young, and I would like that. So there's skincare, there's makeup, there's lipsticks, mascaras, eyeshadows, all of that kind of good stuff. And then there's also body care products, so shampoos and soaps and lotions. And I use so many of these, and I'm going to be sharing my favorite products with you throughout the month on the podcast and in the newsletter. So if you guys want to learn more about what Beauty Counter is all about their products, and just kind of explore, head on over to my link, kellycovert.com/beauty. And remember, when you use that link, anything that you purchase directly supports In Her Voice. And I just want to say thank you for doing that. If you really feel like you're getting value out of this podcast and you want to get value out of whatever beauty products you're using, that is, to me, the perfect relationship, and it's a win-win for everyone. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, sharing over to you. What are ways that you can share? You can share links to your favorite In Her Voice episodes on your Facebook, on your Instagram with your best friends. You can talk about the podcast with your friends. All of the time I will see people, they're like, oh my gosh, I just listened to this awesome podcast. I just listened to Oprah Super Soul Sunday with Brene Brown. It was so good. If you listen to an episode that you love or an interview that you love on In Her Voice, tell your girlfriends about it. Let them know. Take their phone out and subscribe them. That can be a huge way of sharing In Her Voice with more people who don't know about it. And I would be so, so grateful. Also, I always post episode posts on Facebook. And so if you see those, if you're following me on Facebook, which you can do, by the way, at Kelly Covert, then share those. Just click share. It's super easy. And that really, really helps spread the word, because Facebook is not super friendly at spreading the word. But if you guys help me with that, it will be so much easier. Also, share with me when you're listening. Take a screenshot of what you're listening to, of the episode that you're listening to, or take a picture of where you're listening to In Her Voice. And you can use the hashtag In Her Voice, and you can tag me at Kelly J. Covert. Let me know what you're loving about the podcast and where you're listening. I just love that little insight into what you're doing. So let's keep the sharing going. Remember, it's a circle of giving and receiving, and I'm excited to give to you, and I'm excited to receive from you. And I thank you for that in advance. Always, always, always. You guys know that. So lastly, I'm curious to know if you love this idea of having a theme. Do you want to have a theme for your month? And if you do, what is it going to be? How is that going to release you from the need to be perfect and really allow you to step into the intention of your theme? So shoot me an email at kelly@kellycovert.com. Let me know what your theme is. And I can't wait to see all the different kinds of themes. And I think maybe I'll get some good ideas for upcoming themes for myself. So let's dig into sharing this month on In Her Voice with me. And thank you for coming together with me to do this. Remember, you matter. Your voice matters. What you're doing in this world matters. You are bringing gifts that no one else has. The most important thing that you can do each and every day is to be 100% you, because you are worthy.